yes, you get to cherish your heart that much that you actually create standards around it. You actually create that field around it that says, this is my heart, this is what I'm giving, this is what I'm offering. Yes, like you are in a very powerful field. Yes, you will experience tremendous transformation. Yes, you will benefit from my medicine. And yes, there are conditions for that, because we need to keep that safety. We need to keep the heart safe. And we are the adults and we know how to do that. So I wanted to take the time to address something that is quite significant in my own business right now. And I wanted to speak about it for several reasons. One reason being that I just want to set up my standards very clearly, how I run things in my company, in my brand, and whenever you interact with my work, like I want you to have the right expectations. And another reason why I want to share this is because it is very connected to the masterclass that I'm running next week, Dharma and Grace. And this masterclass, by the way, is also a celebration of my birthday, that is tomorrow. And during the masterclass, we will celebrate together properly. So I highly encourage you to be a part of that. It will be exquisite. And the third reason is because I truly believe a lot of people will benefit from understanding that you get to set up such standards and you get to hold them, and how it benefits you and the people you work with. So in my work, I work with people and have always worked with people, and my people are my greatest asset. I love you so much. If you are engaging with my content, if you are in part of my programs, like I just want you to know how much you mean to me, because this is, like it's together, that as I'm sharing it for you, as I'm sharing it with you, as I'm teaching you, as I am mentoring you, we become a soul family actually. And this is so sacred, this is so precious to me. And as I work with people, I have to set up very clear structures for that. Why? Because if I don't, it all becomes creative chaos. Without direction, love, energy, expression, teachings, all of that is just creative chaos. There is no way to direct that energy in the right way. So that's why, just like a river, it needs to have the banks. So in the same way, these teachings, although all these teachings are about the heart, all these teachings are about love, all these teachings are about coming into our fullness, bringing the heart forward, leading with the heart, empowering the heart of the world, they need to have the banks. They need to be directed. They need to be channeled. They need to be held. And what holds them are boundaries and standards. And therefore, my clarity. So, I have very high standards in my life. And I'm proud of it. Sometimes I thought that these standards were a pain or like I found myself to be too complicated. But now, given where I've come with my work and with everything I'm witnessing in my life, I know that I am here because of my standards. When I am delivering something, when I am offering content, when I am offering a program, when I'm offering a mentorship, there's nothing wishy-washy about it. Like, I am all in with that. I am completely committed, completely devoted to what I'm doing. Like, I don't talk about things that I read, I heard somewhere, I'm exploring. I talk about things and I'm guiding you into practices that I've explored to the core. That's why they are so powerful. I'm not teaching you something that I'm just curious about or discovering. It's like it's been woven into my system for years and years and years, and every single thing I'm offering, I'm speaking about, it's like I've gone into the depth of it. That's why I'm so confident how it works, why it works. I've explored it to the depth. And when I am opening my containers and inviting you into them, I am with full confidence saying it's going to transform your life 100%, because I am completely invested, completely committed. No matter what happens, I will be there. There were situations where the whole electricity in the whole town went out. I found a way to make it and show up, even though with some disturbances, but still I was there, and I deliver, and I just deliver until I really feel that it's right in my heart. So that's an important thing. And why it is so is because I give my heart into my work. Like, I give it. When you're working closely with me, like, you will know everything about me. There's nothing I'm holding back. I am sharing my heart, I am sharing my life, I am sharing my struggles, I am sharing everything. And in the same way, I am inviting you, and in the same way, I'm holding my clients, like, with full heart. There's like full love. This is a work of love. For me, mentorship is one of the highest forms of love because of that. Because I go in so fully, and you go in so fully, and that's how we meet. And we create this magic, we create these incredible things, transformation, we create like things pop up that were blocked for years and years, incredible success, victory that is not possible to explain, because we hold it in so much love together. And I am in there with you, completely invested, completely dedicated, and boom, incredible results are taking place. Relationships that seem to be dead come to life. People who didn't feel like they are connected to themselves, they were not sure what to do with this life, come to life with ideas, with creativity, with retreats that are filling up, with like bringing forward their own hearts. Like, incredible things happen. Why? Because we are all in, all in. And then what supports this all in are the banks, the standards, the boundaries, the clarity. So some clarity that I have in my business is that there are no refunds at all. Whatever you purchase from me, there are no refunds. And this is an agreement that is offered, like, you see it up front. Before whatever you buy, there is a thing that says there are no refunds, and I agree on that. That's one thing. That gives me safety, that gives my heart safety, that I know that this person says they are in, they are in. They're not gonna pull out because they agreed on this condition that I have. Then my heart feels free. Another thing that I have is that if there is a payment plan, you know, it's like when you can break, there's a certain price for a certain thing, and you can break the payments into multiple installments because you need some time, you need to gather the finances, and it's easier for you to pay month by month. So I'm saying, like, okay, I understand there are such situations, and I am saying, okay, let's do it. I am offering you this possibility. When you do it like that, you commit to the entire amount. You cannot just like pay a few months and then pull back. That also we have an agreement where, like, I agree to the entire amount of what it costs. I cannot pull back. I cannot change my mind. If I change my mind, I'm still eligible for the entire amount. We enter into agreement with that. Yeah. So when like it happens that someone says, "Oh, sorry, I cannot do it. I am so sorry. Like, I know it's so important. I know it's this honoring the masculine, honoring the structure, honoring the boundaries." When I pull back, like, I know, because I teach this, yeah, I teach that when you do that, you are actually dishonoring the masculine. But what you're also doing is that you're dishonoring our relationship, and you're dishonoring the heart. That's why I say, like, you know, I'm not gonna like sue you or something like that, although I could, because legally that's the agreement that we have. And being a lawyer, I'm also quite educated about those things, but I have better things to do than that. But what is happening there, though, is that you lose access to me completely, because I feel heartbroken when this happens, and I have to honor my heart above everything, because it's my heart that serves. It's from my heart that I can pour like that. It's from my heart that I can hold. It's from my heart that I love and I create what I create. And I can meet you in that depth, and I can let you in so deeply, and I can go so deeply with you into your heart. This has to be honored above everything. That's why the standards are in place, and that's why if I feel that this is dishonored, this love, this heart is dishonored, we just break up, and there's no way to come back. You just completely lose access to my field. So yeah, like I really want this to be clear for anyone who chooses to engage with my work. Like, we need to meet as adults, as people who really take responsibility for our actions. And when we give a word, when we say, yes, I'm gonna do that, yes, we do that. And it's not a principle, and it's not a morality, but it's really this way to serve the heart, to meet the heart, to honor what's actually going on at the level of the heart. That's why it's so important. Because for some people it might seem like, oh, it's so cold, you know, like, okay, there was a failed payment or something, I could not make it happen, I somehow, you know, lost myself in whatever I spent on something else, I kind of lost my center for a moment. And then she says, like, okay, we are no longer, you cannot no longer be a part of my field unless you are making it up, and you will make it up, and you will find your way to make that payment and to honor the agreement. But sounds kind of cold. This doesn't sound like the way of the heart. It is the way of the heart. But we have to bring those banks of the river. We have to bring that clarity. We have to bring those commitments and be really straight with them. So please be aware of that in my field, and also please be aware of that in your field, that yes, you get to cherish your heart that much, that you actually create standards around it, you actually create that field around it that says, this is my heart, this is what I'm giving, this is what I'm offering. Yes, like, you are in a very powerful field. Yes, you will experience tremendous transformation. Yes, you will benefit from my medicine. And yes, there are conditions for that, because we need to keep that safety. We need to keep the heart safe. And we are the adults, and we know how to do that. So lots of people feel mean, like if they set up boundaries, they feel like they become mean, but it's not the case. I really want you to know that it's not the case. As long as it comes from the right place and not just as a principle. As a principle doesn't make sense. Yeah, what is it like? Because of the money, because of the payment, because of that, then we kind of damage the relationship. We end the relationship. This is not worth it. Like, there's no point for that. Then it's like, it's just easier to say, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. It's just money. It doesn't matter. But it's not about the money. It's about honoring what we share. It's about honoring our relationship. So these things are important also when we talk about Dharma. And as I said, we're going to have a very deep dive into Dharma and into how Dharma opens grace next week in the masterclass, Dharma and Grace. And again, Dharma is like, it's such a spiritual thing. It's such a way to live your life where you just soften into who you are. You soften into the knowing of your heart, into what is meant for you, into where you're meant to be going, into how your life is meant to be unfolding. Like, this is just so big and so based on the heart. It's so about the heart. Dharma is about the heart. And understanding that you get to meet the divine, the eternal beloved, the totality of existence in your heart as you soften into your true way, into your true path. You become all that you're meant to be. You lead yourself in that way. You make choices based on who you are meant to be, and in that you come into this intimate embrace with the eternal beloved. So I wonder if that makes sense, because this is a very deep spiritual field that we are opening here. But I know that I have lots of people here amongst you who are really ready for that, who are yearning for that, who are thirsty for that. So when we do that, yeah, it's like, it feels like, okay, it's just about surrender. Yeah. But then we're like, okay, but how is that? Because this is then becomes a real struggle that a lot of spiritual people have. Then they're like, no, but I just want to be with the beloved. I just want to be in this intimacy. I just want to be in this deep meditation. I just want to be here, because once you taste the nectar, you just like, oh my gosh, I just want to drink it. And then there's like, but how do I, like, how do I make it into business? Like, doesn't make sense. It's too big. I cannot turn it into business. It's all I am about. It's all I want to drink. It's all I want to bask in. How do I combine business with that? And then for a lot of people, there's a split. There's like, okay, my spiritual practice is this is sacred. Maybe I don't even tell anyone about this, because it's a really intimate part of my life. It's like, it's there behind the closed curtains. And then here's my business. And my business is like, okay, there's the rules of the business. It's about the money. It's about more. It's about maybe like, okay, you understand some means are like pressing on people's pain and kind of encouraging people to purchase the things. And like inside of you, you're kind of cringing, but you're still doing because you think that's how business is done. And so then this split happens, because business seems to be all about like pushing people to the back, not really caring about them, just like inviting them into this thing. And like, okay, maybe even it has a beautiful end goal, because then, yeah, if your business is about spirituality, then it's like, okay, ultimately then people will find themselves or find their depth. But then the way you are inviting them in might feel like weird to you, and you may go like, oh no, I can't, like, either you go like, no, I cannot do it, I don't want to do it, or you go like, okay, I'll just be different. When I do business, and I enter into my like kind of this businessman identity, businesswoman identity, and my spiritual path is separate. This is holy, this is not. But this creates a tremendous split in the whole life, because if you say that you want to drink this nectar and you want to be with the beloved, and you just are so in love with the intimacy that you feel when you drop into your heart, when you like really just forget the mind and you just are in that state of being, if you say that this is what's the most sacred in your life, how can you abandon that ever in your life? Why do you abandon that ever in your life? Doesn't it make sense to have it all everywhere? And of course, traditionally, spirituality has been really separated from business for sure, from sex for sure, from desire for sure. People will tell you desire is not holy, not spiritual, sex, no, relationships, it's all too complicated. Parenting also is complicated. So monk, be a monk. This is how you stay close to God. But then, luckily, we have Tantra. And Tantra is a very different path. It's not a traditional spiritual path, it's a different spiritual path. And this path is so beautiful because it is really suitable for modern day humans, for people who have a home, who want a family, who want a business, who want prosperity, who want to really make their hands dirty in the mud and really create something with their hands. Maybe generate wealth and create a beautiful life for you and for those around you, and create more wealth and be generous and build homes for people who need homes, and build schools and build education systems and clean up rivers and oceans. Like, you can do so much when you are smart and your heart is in the right place. You can do so much with wealth. So business is a beautiful thing for those of us who are inclined for it, because it's not for everyone. Clearly, business is not for everyone, because there's a lot of risks. There's a lot of like weird stuff around it that just makes you like really like puts you to the edge of yourself, and you will sleep sometimes. You will disconnect from your values when you're running the business. You will make mistakes. Some people cannot handle that, so then better don't engage with that. Better give responsibilities to other people. It's fine. But if you know you are here to be a, how do we call it, the trailblazer, yeah, the first one, the one who goes first, if you know that you are here for that, this is an amazing path, and you get to bring spirit into it. In my perception, in my business, there's no way I could separate the two. There's no way, because it would be kind of detouring from the very thing that moved me to even start this business. Because I never started a business, by the way. I never thought, okay, let me start a business because it's a good idea. It's never been like that, and I believe that that's why I became so successful. Now it's the 4th year in a row that we are crossing 1 million in sales, and now it's only July, so that's quite a significant impact on the world economy. Actually, it's doing big things, this business, but it never started as a business. How come? Because it started from the heart, because it started with those standards, it started with those way how I wanted to serve, what I wanted to give, and it stays the same. But now I just understand more of how I can actually serve more, and how with these banks of the river, how I get to create so much more and make it even more powerful, and make love even more powerful with those very standards that I mentioned earlier. This is empowering love. It's not just a play there. It's not just a trying different ways or looking for ways how to make money. It's like I would get so bored if it was about that. It's like, I don't think it's worth it. But when there's a power of the heart that's behind what you do, you can create incredible things. Incredible things. And yes, we get to combine both the purity and this very dense human realm that includes business. And also what I want to say is that once I started to own, like emotionally, and I brought my intentionality into my business, and not it was just something that kind of happens by itself, and I just hope there will be some kind of wise person, hopefully, hoping that there will be some kind of wise person who maybe a man who knows better about money, because I'm just not good with money. That was my belief for so long. I'm just not good with those things. It's just not for me. Maybe someone like a father. No, not a father, obviously. Yes, I was waiting for my daddy to come and save me from all this business stuff, and then I was like, okay, daddy is not coming, clearly. It's for me to put on my big girl pants. And it was very difficult for me, because I never thought that would be my path. I could have never. You would have told me, like, I will have a multi-million business. I would be like, cool. I don't know. I think I'll better marry someone really rich and you know, have a life like that. And together we decide what we do with this money. And no, my life is not meant to be like that. It's actually, I was meant to put on the big girl's pants and get grounded and get real and stop dissociating into those realms. Like, well, maybe it will just happen by itself. I'll just be with the divine, and I'll just be with my heart, and kind of being here, disembodied, disconnected actually from the willpower, from the groundedness, from the clarity, from the understanding what will serve this love. Really, what will serve this love? What will make this love really expand and really blossom? Standards and boundaries and my clarity. So a lot of structures had to come in place in my life. What I've created with my business, like on the inside, it's a masterpiece. It's literally a work of art. Like the transformation from just like, you know, basically even how we interacted. Like in the beginning of my business, I had one assistant, and we interacted on Facebook Messenger, like, which I find really kind of like really not professional. And a lot of things were very not professional. And I thought that, you know, if you are professional, it means that you're disconnected from the heart. And this is nothing could be further from truth. It's actually by being very connected to the heart in a very deep way, you get to land structures that serve the heart. And you get to use your intelligence in the right ways. So, a lot here, and a lot of really things that really can change how we run our businesses, how we lead, how we succeed, how we stay true to the very core of who we are, how we activate the power of Durga, because she is that goddess, she is that cosmic power, she is that force of life who encourages us, who gives us that strength, who gives us that will, who gives us the sense to be the warrior of love. Because she connects us to our longing. Like, this is so mind-bending. So mind-bending, because she connects us to our longing. She connects us to our devotion. She connects us to divinity. And that's how you become the warrior and the warriors. Not in any other way. Not in any other way. Not for the sake because you just want to fight. You don't need to fight. And we don't need to save anyone. So much to share here. And the how and lots of other things, amazing things, are coming up next week in the masterclass Dharma and Grace. So please be aware that the investment is going to increase the day after my birthday, because Dharma and Grace is a celebration of my birthday. I'm going to speak from such deep places of my heart that created this success for me, that created this impact for me, that created the fact that my name is known all over the world. It's this attunement to Dharma and these things and this love for grace. These things I will be talking about next week, and we'll be practicing together, and you'll be having incredible revelations and transformations there. So there are 3 bonuses that you also get to receive when you join the masterclass. So it runs for 3 days, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday you get a bonus Q&A time with me, and also you get for free my masterclass Leading from Within, and also an amazing thing which I've never done before, and it may be the only time I do it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it's a big thing that I'm offering, is the personalized assessment that you're gonna get. So you're gonna fill in a form, you're gonna share with me what's going on in your life, and I'm gonna give you the feedback on what I see is possible for you, and like also like whatever. Yeah, you will share about your business, about your life, about your relationship, various different things that I can support you with, and I'll give you feedback on that. So awesome things coming up. We will also celebrate and party, because it's a birthday party actually. That's how it started, and that's how it will be. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. The sign up link is in my bio. And thank you for being here. Thank you for understanding when I talk like this, because I understand it takes a special human being to meet on this level. It's unique, it's rare, and I cherish that, and I don't take it for granted. So I love you so much, and I'll see you on Monday, hopefully.